So how many people do we have with us? I mean, there are maybe some there in the center.
Yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, a lot of people.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody, so hi, I'm Jenny Chambers, and I am a peer navigator at the Wellness and Recovery Center, the Sierra Wind, that's in Jackson, and it's located on Argonaut. Yeah, it's nice that you're all here with us. So I was originally supposed to present in January, but had a family emergency, and so my content that I'm going to share with you guys tonight is a little bit outdated because it's kind of about holiday blues, and our, that post-holiday and what happens to us when all the good stuff's all said and done and over with, and how we respond to that, or how our children feel when it's just, there's kind of a crash that happens, and just some strategies and things to think about, to kind of combat that. Did I hear the question? They wanted to quick tell you a little bit about Sierra Wind. If you're not familiar with us, we are a center that is, we support the community with their mental health wellness. What we do is we offer all kinds of supports, connections to community services, groups, just advocacy, all kinds of things that we do for the, people that have mental health challenges, or maybe they don't even know, but it's still a place to go where you can see a peer, and a peer is someone with lived experience, and I am a peer. I'm someone that has lived with mental illness for many, many years, but I am well and I'm recovered, and I am there to help other people through their journey of recovery, and to help people. Yeah, and it's okay, because it's, who's it's easy to, understand when you are talking with somebody who's lived and had experience that's similar, and can tell you about their recovery and how things went for them. Everybody's in their own unique place, and we meet everybody where they're at. We have lunches that we serve every day. We also assist the homeless community, and we have a clothing closet, lunches, and sometimes there's other assistance that we can provide, but we want people connected to the center so that we can help them work through and problem solve, some of the things that are happening. So that's a little bit about that. But in my position, I'm a peer, but I also am a peer navigator with the Mom Chat program, and Mom Chat is collaboration between Sierra Wind and Cal Voices, which is the bigger entity for Sierra Wind is Cal Voices, a part of Mental Health America. What we do with Mom Chat is it's a collaboration between Amador's County's mental health system and Cal Voices to support women who are pregnant and after pregnancy, support and prevent any kind of mental health stressors. And it's a pilot project, so it's something that's new and unique. And so it's just we're just reducing and eliminating mental health stressors in it. So that's what I do, is predominantly work with moms and babies. So does anybody have any questions about Sierra Wind? Has anybody been to Sierra Wind?
There.
Where is it located?
We are located on Argonaut Lane. So right off of, what is that, 49? So it's 10354 Argonaut. And it's in Jackson.
Oh, so right near the courthouse.
Yeah, just above it, actually, just above it. So it's really easy to get to. We're open from 9:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. And there's always staff there. We have a whole list of different groups to attend, from art group on Friday to, oh my gosh, I didn't bring a list of our groups, but we have just multiple things. We also have a Labyrinth Project, which is really cool. If you're not familiar with Labyrinths, it's kind of a mindfulness and a meditative type of thing. It's I'm not the one that does it, but we have a facilitator that can actually walk you through, and outside of the center we have a labyrinth, not like a maze. It actually has a motion to the center and then comes back out, but there's kind of a meditative thing that goes along with that and helps you with mental health stressors, relaxation. You can do that with labyrinths, and they would explain more in depth about labyrinths and the history of the labyrinths, but they are really incredible, and the one outside is really cool. So you can on a nice day go and walk the labyrinth out in the back. And go ahead.
You still do the NA meeting?
You know what, I'm not sure about the NA meeting, but that's a good question. And you can call the center. The phone number, if you have a pen, is 209.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt it, but my phone's gonna die and it's 6:08 and I've been here this whole time. Is it okay if I leave the meeting now, or do I have to wait till the end of what's going on, or?
See you next week, Rebecca. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later. So the phone number is 209-223-1956. And you can call if whoever it was that was asking about the NA meetings. Are there any other questions about anything that, you know, we might offer at the center, or? Nope. Okay. So what I wanted to present tonight is about beating the holiday blues, but the winter blues mostly. This can apply. You can think of it next year, but you can also think about this and how it applies to COVID, and how we have been kind of stuck in the house. I know it's hit everybody up there in Amador. It might hit me. We families that have been kind of stuck at home. That's been tough. So it even this can it can apply to, you know, what's been happening around that as well. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I hope and pray this works right. Okay. Bear with me. Can everybody see?
Yeah, we can see.
You can see it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is beating the post-holiday blues and winter blues, and this is that family strategy to surviving till spring. It's definitely a thing. It happens to most people anymore. You know, there's quite a lot of stress that happens with the holidays, and it affects all of us in a different way, and our children in a different way. So what is that? The holidays are over and the days are shorter. And to cut a long story short, so and this was, this is still, we're past January, obviously, but, and usually when it's the post-holiday blues, it's going to happen just directly after that Christmas period. And we were pretty ramped up for all of that. And then all of a sudden it's over. So it's the first weekend, January, and it means it's back to reality, back to business as usual. And for some of us, it's a big relief. For others, it was a financial, physical, and emotionally demanding time of the year. And it's taken a toll. According to NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 64% of people report being affected by holiday depression. Now that's reported. Most often triggered by financial, emotional, and the physical stress of the season. Skies are gray, the air is chilled, and more importantly, the sun is rarely seen. So the sun and the lack of sun is a factor. So it's that time of the year. You've got a couple different things, and then let's throw in the fact that COVID has had a major impact on all of us. Did you know that according to NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 24% of folks who already have an existing diagnosis, mental illness, find that the holidays actually exacerbate and make their conditions much worse. 40%, it's somewhat worse. So, you add up all these percentages and we're talking about so many people. And I know when I've even thought about myself, and I'm sure you all, probably have your own stories around this. Holidays are just exhausting and they're stressful. And we have so much pressure as parents and adults. We have such an incredible amount of pressure put on us to make everything perfect. And our kids are just so excited and so moved in the moment with all of this. Everything is sort of out of sorts, not in the same routine that we usually go by. So how's it feel emotionally? We are irritable, we're moody, or our children are. Anxiety is increased. We're sad. We don't even, we may not even know why we're just in this funk, but it's there. We can't focus like we used to. We just may not even understand why that feels that. This is happening. Physically, we may have stomach issues. We're definitely tired. Or we're sleeping more than we need to, or sometimes it could be the opposite. We could have a lot of sleep insomnia, so then we're tired again from that. Weight gain, we ate and ate and ate for what, from, Thanksgiving on to Christmas and New Year's and past. So that's in itself, we've eaten a lot of carbs. We haven't eaten like we normally do. We haven't eaten on a routine or a schedule like we normally would, because we're visiting homes, we're eating at grandma's, we're, everybody's having a party or whatever it is. Our what's that?
It was the baby.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can't see the babies. So yeah, so that changes even your physicality. You've had some weight gain, you just feel really sluggish. So who's affected? Everybody, in more ways than one. Our children, they were happy, they were excited for all of this stuff, the celebrations, and they experience a letdown because ultimately, they don't even understand why did it all stop. I wanted to keep it going. This is really fun, and I'm into it. And all of a sudden it's said and done. Here's all the toys. We're done. We don't go visit no more. We're gonna put the cookies away. And for them, it just feels like an emptiness, and they're not sure what that is. They just are like, Parents, again, we have taken a toll as the responsible ones to put that all together, financially, emotionally, and physically. It really has taken a toll on us. And we need to recover and recoup and kind of start fresh. Understanding all of this and recognizing it and preparing for it, knowing it's coming, is really important. We forget all this stuff comes at us, and knowing that it's going to happen, preparing ahead of it or preparing for what we do afterward is what's really going to help in the long run. So what to do next? Here's the essentials. Battling the blues is about your health needs, what your body needs, is the first steps. Nutrition is major factor. Remember, we haven't eaten well throughout the holidays. We ate a lot of sweets. I'll speak for myself. I ate way too much. A lot of sweets. It's hard to not, maybe we've even, we've drank, we just aren't doing the things that we normally do. And so eating well is essential to your mental health. Getting yourself back in a routine with that. Sunshine and fresh air. Sun's limited in the winter time. It's cold. Bundle up, go outside. Get your children outside. 30 minutes. If you could do 30 minutes a day, even with your kids, you are going to make one incredible impact on how fast you come out of that slump, how you feel each day, how you sleep, getting that sunshine's vitamin D. Your body's going to absorb that. These are vital to how you do. Vitamin D is vital to your immune system and everything. So just 30 minutes, anything, is better than nothing. And a little bit of exercise comes with it. So if you can go outside, I can guarantee you're going to have a little bit of exercise. And that's a good way to start, is by just, taking a walk. I'm going to take a walk tomorrow. I'm going to take some moms out. We're going to go to a park and we're going to get the kids out, and it's going to be a preventative thing, to keep your mental health in a good place. So just a walk. It doesn't have to be major exercise. Just being out and moving. I hear you. Okay, and self-care for parents, you guys are the priority because you're the ones keeping it all together. And helping your children through this is important to take care of yourself. So self-care is vital. You're going to be better equipped. You're going to be more able to provide the care and fulfill your own needs and duties and personal, responsibilities, all of that stuff when you make and schedule the time in for yourself. And thoughts around that is like having a little space of your own. And even when you're in the small space, if you're in an apartment, you don't have a lot of space, right? It could be just a chair with a cushion. It could be, I've got a book and I'm just going to sit here and thumb through this magazine and look at pictures. I'm going to schedule for somebody to, maybe it's your partner watches your children for 1 hour or 30 minutes. And then you have that space all. taking that time, just that time, and you know it's coming, you've scheduled it, it's all yours, and scheduling is good. Being organized, and we're going to talk about organizing, is a good way to help yourself feel better. The more organized we get, when we resume back to our normal routines, we feel more together, we feel better. So those are all things that are going to improve your mental health, you know, through all of this. Rest and relaxation. Rest is vital. Your amount of sleep, hard to do when you have little ones. You know, I understand that, and you have to kind of figure that in somehow, and you have to try to get as much rest as you can, because you're going to be at your best, you know, when you're able to. It's important as you're eating, drinking, and breathing. And how do we help our kids? They're the ones that don't necessarily understand why they're feeling like they are. Talking to your children and asking them, how are you doing? What are you feeling like? You know, and in their own ways, they're going to be able to relay, you know, what's happening. And the more that you're able to talk through it and understand where they're coming from, they're going to feel like, you know, they're going to be able to kind of work through how that is. Lots of patience, have empathy. Remember, you know, everybody has to manage these feelings at their own pace. Everybody is in a different place sometimes. And, you know, you just have to try to understand that, you know, you may be feeling stuff that is little as these little people are, they have it too. They have it too. And understanding that they have it is a big step to just being able to manage. Plan out your strategies. You mentioned that in the beginning, is understanding it's coming. It could definitely, if you've had that before, you know, this has happened before with the kids or yourself, that you know you need to maybe adjust and do something different. And plan as a team how you're going to get through it. You know, like, how do you get through to springtime if you're stuck in the house a lot, you know? And that can happen, you know. How do you know, if everybody's been sick, somebody's sick, and you all have to be home, or things like that, you still have to try to manage and plan around that, and develop some ways as a family that you can work through it, and letting your kids be a part of that is important in the planning. So I thought this was cute. Lucy's a planner. She doesn't eat her snowflakes until January, so because then it's like I save the good stuff for later. I just thought it was funny. She knows that what was coming too, so she's got to wait for it. And you are what you eat. Children grow and develop. They need important nutrients to be strong and healthy. Some of the benefits of eating healthy are, you know, the stable energy. You don't fade out through half of the day. You know, your strong bones and teeth, improved mental health. We think clearly, we're more alert, and we maintain a healthy weight, and we prevent chronic disease. That's a big thing. You know, we have to nourish our bodies with healthy foods always, because as their children are growing, they need that consistent nutrition. Everybody get outside. Get outside and play. If it snowed near you, go out and play. Build a snowman. I used to live in Ohio for 30 years, and we had lots of snow. And it was, you know, my kids were always outside. And, you know, even when it was super cold, we bundled them up, they got outside and they were happier. They were happier and they rested well when they got in the house. So as a family, as a parent with your children, you know, what are your New Year's resolutions? This is fun. Oh, here's, it says here you can write, that's in there 4 times. Here you can write one of your resolutions. You can plan out. That's kind of fun to do with the kids. When you're stuck in the house, say, hey, let's write down what are going to be our plans for our summertime. What are we going to do next? You know, we're going to take a trip. You know, how are we going to do better together? You know, it's a good time to talk, develop plans for what's coming. Family fun is a healthy family, you know, spending time together, creating fun things to do. And I just threw in some ideas here. Scavenger hunts are fun, and you can have those in the house. You can do them outside. There's sun, there's that fresh air and exercise. But you can, you know, I put in there, yeah, I'll find the lost socks. It's just an activity, and that could be that 30 minutes. We're going to do a 30-minute scavenger hunt, and it's going to be in the front yard, or it's going to be in the house. And it makes everybody, it makes your children feel good because they have that opportunity to play as a family together. This is fun. If you have older kids who can understand it a little bit more, even really young ones, who's in my family, create a family tree. Talk about who's in the family, where they came from, you know, what's your roots, stories about family members. If they're older kids, you know, you can let them research family. It's like putting puzzles together. But you could set it up on a calendar. You could make it a weekly activity. Okay, let's work on our family tree. Let's find out about this one family member, and we're going to put them up here, and maybe we're going to put a picture there. It's funny, you know, it's interesting. I like to do the genealogy, and it is like a puzzle. Get kind of into it, and if you can't find a lot about somebody, you just get very immersed into finding that information. It's fun when you find it out. And writing time is could be writing, it could be art. Is having an opportunity is a quiet time. Write a story, create an art journal. Say, here's 30 minutes, we're all going to be quiet, and we're all going to either draw a picture, we're going to write a story, and we're going to express how we feel. Sometimes kids can do that better just by drawing pictures. Reading books together is also a great activity. I'm sure all of you know that and participate in that at home. I thought that this is, I know that the community has the little free libraries, and create one for your own family and put it on, you know, out in the front near your drive, and let your children get excited about reading by putting books in that. You know, I read this book, I'm going to put it in the little library, and maybe then you can have a system with some of your neighbors where their children share their books, take a book from your library, but you can use things like a piece of furniture or, you know, a shelf, and then put a front, like a little door on it, and let the kids paint it, let the kids brighten it up with paint. It's a fun project. But if you're interested in the free libraries, which is just fun as well, is just at the county library, and you may even have there at the center the information where the little free libraries are, and where you can go borrow a book and leave a book. you can grow something. This is something my mom did with us. Beans, just simple beans, they grow super fast. And kids are usually impatient, don't want to wait long for things to happen. Beans grow almost overnight. Put them in a jar, put them in the, use paper towel, put the beans in there with the paper towel, and check them every day, and they can put a little water in there to make sure it stays wet. But just planting something, watching it grow is a learning opportunity. It's exciting for the kids. They can eat them after, or they can let them continue to grow and then plant them outside, when the weather's right for planting outside, and then have beans growing. So it's just fun, but it could be whatever kind of seeds, it's just something that the kids enjoy doing. Timeline works great. Make a calendar, set family activities on that calendar. They have that to look forward to. It's a visual for them. They know what is coming and can look forward to it. So they're satisfied because they have a plan. A few more things to do. You can camp inside. I know we've all done that, with all the blankets and pillows and tables, and that's an indoor activity that's fun. Collect rocks, categorize them or paint them. Painting a rock and putting it somewhere in a public area where then they can go back later and find out that somebody's picked it up and enjoyed it and taken it home. Start fitness challenges. Make bag puppets. Oh my gosh, The Voice. I don't know if anybody watches that. Have some singing contests in the house. I like the art of the letter. I thought that was really something that we don't do anymore, because everything's by email, but being able to actually write letters, putting them in the mailbox, put their drawings with it, even for parents, and reaching out to people that you haven't reached out to in a long time is really nice. It's a great activity. It's a good family activity. Game night is always good. Movie night. Get snacks. Even old family movies are fun to watch. If you have it scheduled, if you schedule a movie night, let each person in the family pick the movie. It's their time to pick whatever that movie is to watch. Just be creative and have a good time. So just remember the essentials. I also want to say, remember, when you those post-holiday blues, they last a couple weeks. The winter blues, it's a couple weeks. If you have some sadness and you're dealing with these blues that continue on and on beyond those couple weeks, be mindful of that and always check with your physician, your doctor, your pediatrician, just to make sure that, it's not something more. We don't want to go in beyond, but it's just a normal thing to have some of that, after the holiday, we're kind of or we just haven't had much sun, and it's kind of giving me the blahs. But if it goes on beyond a few weeks, again, it's really important to check in with the doctor. Share with each other, talk with each other, schedule that time, have a lot of patience, let the sun shine in, get that sun, work together, and it in the end is actually going to benefit and it's going to be. So that's that. So does anybody have any questions or anything to add?
We're like Superman. We thrive in the sun.
Yeah, they're right. That's right. Yeah, the
Mhm.
sun is, we're all miss it when it's not out. I know the other day with all this cold weather and stuff, I'm like, what happened? It was pretty.
Timing for this workshop because it was so nice and then it's gotten cold and it's like we're starting all over again.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was excited to see, there's like daffodils and some of the fruit trees are blooming and, I'm like, oh, it just feels good. I'm visual. So when I see all the plants coming up and the green grass and it gives me, it just rejuvenates me. So,
Mhm.
yeah. How is it with the, I can't see anybody, but how is it? How do you all manage when, like after the holidays? How was that for you guys?
So just real quick, Spencer, we can probably cut out this part, right? So that we can have some really honest conversation and then, or maybe just pause the recording. Can you do that?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no problem. You want me to pause it or just stop it all together?
You can pause it. That would be great because I think we'll have better.
Yep, pausing right now.
Thank you.
So that is the, just of how we're going to beat those blues, the winter blues and the post-holiday blues. Get creative, stay creative with the children, plan and organize, take time for yourself. Most importantly, mom and dad take care of you because you are the main person to make everything work correctly and well in your home and your children are going to thrive and they're going to be happy and you're going to be happy. You're going to have those tough times, but the more that you work with things and you understand what's going on and how they're feeling, the better equipped you are. If you have questions, feel free to contact me at Sierra Wind at the Wellness and Recovery Center. And please come and visit us there. If you have questions about community connections or things that you might need, we're there, to help you. So feel free to reach out. And you guys have a fabulous evening and thanks for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.